So my day at work started like this. It was an afternoon shift last Monday, and it was very loud at the train station. Well, as I was waiting for my restaurant train to arrive, I was standing there and suddenly the smell of chocolate hits my nose. And I turn around and then I see this lady holding chocolate ice cream. I was standing here and I could smell the chocolate. During work, my mother called me, and this is always stressful to me if somebody calls me on the phone. That's why it goes directly to voicemail. So I called her back, and she has aphasia, so she cannot find words. For her, it's really difficult to say what she needs to say, and it also doesn't work with writing it down. And she also cannot send me any pictures because she doesn't get the technical thing. So even if she tries to take a picture with my phone, she couldn't do it. I explained it to her several times, over and over again. She could not take a picture. So her brain was damaged in such a way from the brain stroke she had at age 49 that also technical stuff is not manageable for her. So that's why she cannot operate a computer. The only thing she can operate is how to cook, how to bake, and turn on the TV set and off. And luckily also she still knows how to operate the washing machine. But everything else, no. She doesn't know how to do it. So it makes it extremely difficult to communicate with her. And for me, as an autistic, I don't have the necessary patience or skill set to be a good match for this kind of disability, because I then feel overwhelmed myself and stressed and frustrated. So that happened during work. Maybe I should just not have called her back and waited until the next day. It would have been wiser. But she needed the stuff, and as I visited her the next day, I had to call her back to know what she wanted. Anyway, so that happened. So my stress level was already a little bit higher. So on the way back to Zurich from Geneva, I had a lot of customers all of a sudden, and then the dishes start to pile up, and that's when I really get stressed and feel irritable. So this is me catching breath in between, just sitting down for a few seconds. I just realized how extremely quickly I can get stressed when there are several customers wanting something from me. One wants to pay, one wants to order. Gosh. And then I'm really feeling so quickly irritated. And then I can hardly coordinate things. I really fall apart. And that's the most difficult part of doing the job I do when it gets busy. We are supposed to serve customers wearing a goddamn fucking mask. Whoa, it makes me so angry. If I'm so irritated and stressed, gosh, then I cannot just tolerate that feeling in my face. Absolutely, it drives me nuts. I had to just take it off. I couldn't bear it anymore. Masks don't work. There is enough evidence for that. Just read all the studies that have been done. It is stupid to wear masks. It is stupid. I get a hot face and I wear it only over the mouth. I have a histamine intolerance, and one thing that will cause a histamine release is stress of any type. So noise is a factor, summer heat is a factor, and then anything stressing me out, like I can't stand touch in my face. I can't stand it. So for autistics, it's extremely difficult to deal with this sensory overload. Just saying. And it makes me extremely angry. I cannot breathe properly. I get no air. It's hot. And I can't stand the feeling in my face. I'm just getting triggered thinking of it. It's something that is forced upon me. It's not my free will, and I hate that fact as well. It's a direct threat to my health, actually, and that makes it very personal. Fuck! I really hate this. I hope they stop all that propaganda. It's so fucked right now. That stupid media situation. Making everything so much bigger than it is. It's so fucked right now. God damn it. And then you think of all the things you have to do, coordinate, preparing one meal, putting another one into the steamer, bringing some wine, and then one customer wants to pay with credit card, and then you make a mess in the kitchen, all of that. This is the moment when I fall apart, and then I realize I'm really not so suited for this job. My job is not autism friendly because of those irregular shifts. I work like 4 days early shift in the morning, 2 days off, 4 days late shift in the evening, 2 days off, 4 days early shift in the morning, 2 days off, and so on. There is a pattern, but getting up at 4 a.m. in the morning is really not an easy task. I have now finally found what I can do. I take a kava supplement so I can fall asleep. I used to be awake until 2, 3 a.m. in the morning. If you have to get up at 4 a.m., imagine that. You are a walking zombie. And then, of course, mistakes happen, and it's difficult to work like that, of course. And sleep deprivation is another factor that will release histamine. And for me, the result will be migraines again. Yeah, so you also hear all the noise. That's just from the kitchen. And when there are many people, they talk, then it will add to more noise. Then there is the pressure of the company. We have to perform, and I am already giving everything, taking supplements just in order to be able to perform. Being on a carnivorous diet, not drinking alcohol, not smoking, all of that, no sugar intake. That's when my body is healthiest. But I still need those supplements like the SAMe and Kava Kava, as I said, and the diamine oxidase supplement for histamine regulation, and the liver with vitamin B and vitamin D, additional supplement, and ashwagandha. This is all just to get through work and not have too many meltdowns. And meltdowns still happen if there is too much change, too much pressure. So I'm glad I had this job, but it was hard to get through. Just saying. When I have time in between and can sit down for a bit, be all by myself, then I recover from an almost meltdown. But sometimes it's busy, non-stop, and then I for sure get a migraine. Yeah, and feel completely exhausted afterwards. So there are always in between breaks, then I just sit down, take a break, calm down, breathe. So, well, that's how I manage work. And that despite taking ashwagandha, drinking coffee, taking SAMe and all that stuff, and eating meat. Carnivore Zen, my ass. Not while doing this job and when it gets busy. Luckily, there are also times like this. Nobody in the restaurant. Then my nervous system can really recover, recharge, and then I feel okay again. Nobody here right now, all by myself, and I enjoy the peace except for that beeping you hear. I can't turn it off for some reason. I'm having a migraine again. This time it's from the neck and then a little bit to the face. Since I started working from June 8, I had so many migraines and several days. It just shows that work actually is a real stressor, because during the COVID lockdown, when we couldn't work, I just had about one short migraine. Switzerland from the train. Bored, making one video after the other. But I'm glad it is not too stressful right now. Yeah, so I just enjoy my solitude here, all by myself in the train. So this was another day when the company sent me a new work shift too late, and my phone doesn't work properly where I live, so it's a slow internet connection. And then I managed to get on the shift I thought I had on my plan. I didn't realize I had a completely different shift, and such things so stress me out. And it's so deeply stressful when something like this happens. Now I'm sitting here waiting for my train, and I'm not sure if this will have consequences. Oh, it's so hot here. In the train, at least, it's cooled down, so it's bearable. But when you are outside, I really don't like summer. Oh. Finally, I'm on the right train. That was such an ordeal. It throws you off completely when you have such unexpected experiences. So I was a little bit in the sun, as you have seen in the other video. Now I'm on the train, and it's so nice, cool here. But I'm really surprised about my heat tolerance. Last year I would have died, I'm telling you. Now I have this thiamine oxidase supplement, and it helps to reduce the histamine, so you don't have such a build up from whatever trigger. Summer heat is one, so I hope this year it will be a little bit better with all the anxiety and irritation and all that stuff. Those are my adventures from work.